Hey, this is Sean with 10A Tactical, and today we're going to talk about choosing the right gun and platform. So my thought is on it, there's a couple different ideas that I have. One, from a player's standpoint, from the person that's just starting out, and then from an actual training standpoint. If you're going to shoot real steel, there's some things that you really need to think about if you're choosing an airsoft gun. So what we'll start with right now is the very beginner player, okay? So my suggestion would be a basic polymer, reasonably priced gun. We carry a Valcon, one of the Valcon ASLs. This is a great gun for a starter gun. It has a 1-year warranty on it. It's got some cool features, you know, ambidextrous safety, ambidextrous mag release. It's a good shooting gun. It's a good platform for a starter gun. The price point is right. And so it's just a good starter gun. Now, I'm gonna talk about some of the features that the other guns don't have. Now, this is a Valcon alloy series. What's nice about this is obviously it's full metal, so it's gonna be a lot more durable. Then also it has a tight bore barrel in it. It has a better trigger system, and so it's just a little bit nicer. Shoots a little bit straighter, a little bit further out. So it's just a good overall gun. It's a higher price point, so so for the beginner, might not be the choice for them right off the bat. But if you're one of those guys that are or girls that are you're going to get into something heavy, and go ahead and spend the money now. All right, so then we have a KWA, which is also a great company. This is the new TK45. The reason I pulled this one off is because these other two AEGs, they don't have any type of recoil. They don't do anything else except push BBs. That's all they do. This is an ERG, which is electronic recoil system. Okay, there's different platforms that you can get that have the ERG, and basically what that does is that's going to give you just a little bit of recoil. Okay, now this does not have any lockout features or any of the other features that I would recommend for training. That's the one downfall of this particular gun. There are some other ones that do. There's a KWA makes an ERG that does have a lockout, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But anyways, if you're not really concerned about the bolt locking back or any of those things, and you just want the recoil and the feel of it, and you're not really concerned about the reality of it, then this would be a great choice, or something like this that's just an ERG. And then this right here is my personal gun. This is the KWA Ronin series. Now, I shoot nothing but KWA, and the reason I do is because I've been a police officer for 15 years, and I'll tell you my experience, okay? I started playing airsoft and jacking around with it about 11 years ago, and I'm on the SWAT team where I'm at. And one of the things that happened is I was playing a lot, shooting a little bit of real steel, but I was playing a lot more than I was shooting real steel. And I was using a regular AEG, and I would put the mag in and obviously go right back to work. And that's one of the features as far as training and reality that I see as a big downfall of anybody that shoots real steel using a regular AEG that's not a gas blowback or has a lockout feature. And when I say lockout feature, what I mean is that when I'm using the proper mags, this gun will actually lock the charging lever back. Okay, and the gun will stop shooting. So when that happens, obviously when I reload, I have to charge the mag back and get back to work. So that little bit right there, even though it doesn't sound like a whole lot, I've seen a ton of people that will tell me, oh man, I do it every time, I do it every time. Listen, when you're doing any type of combat simulation or any type of gaming or anything else, your body will automatically do what takes the least resistance. Your mind will tell you that you can get back to work without touching that button if you don't have to, okay? And that's exactly what happened to me. I was playing, then we did an active shooter, or we're actually doing a course that was similar to an active shooter live fire situation. I put the mag in, I'll never forget it. I put the mag in, reloaded quickly, and got back online, nothing there. And it's because I had lost those mechanics just by reinforcing it by playing. So the way that you got to think about it if you're getting into airsoft, if you shoot real steel, you need to get the thing closest to what you're shooting. And I'm not talking about the gun, but the actual, you know, if you're shooting an AR, it needs to, at the very least, if you're wanting to run an AG that's electric and not gas blowback, it at least has to have the feature of getting the bolt back in battery, okay? The last, and I think the best option when it comes to real steel or training, this is an actual gas blowback. So this functions just like a real gun. Everything functions the same. So the mag and everything is exactly the same. The bolt comes back, locks back at the last round. When you put your new mag in, everything's the exact same. It has a little bit of recoil, nothing bad about like a 22. The negatives about these are the mags are really, really expensive, and you have to fill them up with gas about every time after you come off the field, and they suck to load. They're not real bad, but they suck to load, and generally they hold about 30 to 40 rounds. So if you're doing any type of big gameplay, it's a pain in the butt. But if you're doing a true mil-sim event or you're training, that is definitely the way to go. Your average kid that's not going to be training, not shooting real steel, and this is just a fun game, then you don't have any parameters. You can get any AEG that you want. It just has to fit you, feel good, be light enough to where you're not fatigued all the time, and you can lay it out any way that you want. So anyways, that's our tips and tricks from 10-8 Tactical. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.